little while. Welcome along to qualifying in China. After a few years' absence from the calendar, it is great to be back here. But just who is going to put their car on pole?
Dropped to P17. Second place, you're in second place. So, just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Verstappen, and just behind us are Leclerc, Piastri and Alonso. The fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 31.7. P11. You're leading the pack, that's P1. You're in first position, front of the pack. And we're in front of Perez, Norris and Alonso. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:31.5. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Perez and Verstappen. And just behind us are Porsche, Norris and Alonso. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:30.9.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Golden Boy, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Théo Pourchaire, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, Sargent, Ocon, Albon, Correa, Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Fittipaldi, Joe, Bottas, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music.
The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position. We're almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. Okay, you're sat in P2. It's Perez ahead of you. They're on fresh mediums. And Verstappen's behind. They're on fresh mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 9 laps to go. Brilliant, nice move, keep going. You're leading the pack, that's P1. Perez behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. And that's 8 laps to go. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Teammate behind, 8.6 seconds. Position, front of the pack. Perez is behind you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, 7 laps to go. Drivers just moved into first place. Verstappen behind you now. Less than a second separates you. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, just 5 laps until the end. So the current fastest lap, 1:32.5. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 10.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 12th. Your last lap time, 1:35.0. Okay, the incident's been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Come on. On Ocon. Right, they've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. Condition still looking good. Yellow flag. 8 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 10th place. And the time last lap, 1:35.2. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race, final lap. And Verstappen's behind. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. Time last lap, 1:35.2. First position, front of the pack. Verstappen behind you now. They're on old mediums. Final lap, push, push. So we're leading our teammate by 13.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 11th. Your last lap time, 1:36.1.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
Top job, mate, top job, yes! I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but man, you pulled through. Thank you, well done.
So with the sprint concluded, join us next time for qualifying and of course the main event, this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix. We'll see you next time.
Mm-hmm.